Well, here we are, folks. Another week, another mentally, emotionally, and physically taxing episode of House of the Dragon, my friends. I feel like I have just now barely emotionally recovered from the fallout of last week as the war is really about to kick off, fully ensue. I'm still repping Team Black, just barely hanging on by my last thread, frankly, and my inventory of black garments to wear for these videos is also starting to run low, so who knows how much longer we are going to be supporting Rhaenyra's wrongs here. I'm ride or die. I'm gonna ride this wave with her, but in terms of Daemon, I've had to emotionally cut him off. Anyway, that doesn't bode well for tonight. Screaming outside my window, that's how I feel internally now as I start to embark on this show, having to mentally prepare. Last week was a lot. I still stand by the fact that I think it was even better than the opening episode of this season, and things are just gonna get worse from here on out. It's not looking great, y'all, so we're gonna proceed tonight with caution. I don't really know what I have to look forward to other than Rhaenyra hopefully snapping in, because yes, Daemon has been carrying a lot of the weight for her. It's the same symptom of when, she was staking all of her, claim all of her power in her father, her fragile father Viserys, until his last breath, really just putting all the weight, all the onus on him to secure things for her and act in her regard. I don't want her to be doing the same with Daemon. Yes, he is our biggest power player, but I need Rhaenyra herself to step up. We cannot be repeating the same mistakes she made by, just putting all her eggs in one basket and praying for her dad to stand up for her in the public eye. Unfortunately, her public favor has been deteriorated now with the following accusations of her decapitating children. I'm not sure how, if at all, she will bounce back from this, but I need her to snap. I need her to kind of get some venom, get that fire of the dragon in her eyes going. It's game time here. We need her. I need her to snap into it. They're stronger when they are together. Him going off now after doing this crazy thing behind everyone's back and now leaving them all to deal with the fallout, leaving them vulnerable, with this giant target on their backs now from not just the Greens, but the entire realm. It's not good. Yeah, we need Daemon back, but I need Rhaenyra to also snap in. Power up. It's time. Maximum HP. So, without further ado, let's say a prayer, everybody, and let's get into this.
Put the boundary stones back. We didn't move them. This is our land. It's Bracken land. Babe killer. What did you say? Your false queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer. Your uncle declared for Aegon no true king. You are no true knight. You wouldn't dare.
I think he will. Oh! Transition? Holy. Ow. Ew. Oh, jeez. Now here's everybody else killing in the name of Rhaenyra and Aegon. Oh my god, they really killed. What the frick? What? Oh my extras. Oh my dead bodies. What the frick? No.
He's the basest of villains. And what of those who sent him?
Yeah, Jace is trying to snap in. He's not taking shiz.
Otto Hightower would never forget this. Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place. There may be another way. Alicent Hightower. She knows war is coming, and that it'll be savage beyond all compare. And no war so bloody as a war between dragons. She sent a raven. What she did is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed. She permitted it, as you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
Ooh, optics, true.
There is nothing more to be said.
I can't even look at this man. He doesn't know what the frick he's doing. He's trying to lock in. He has no clue what he's doing. In a way, I do feel bad for him because he's having all this handed to him, but he does not feel worthy of it. In truth, I think that's the only solace I get. He doesn't feel like he deserves this, but he projects that insecurity on everyone else. Look at him. Oh my god, this is so freaking...
Good morrow, your grace. My lord, you've appointed new knights to the King's Guard, your grace, to replace those we lost.
Sir Eric was awarded the great duty of ending Rhaenyra's challenge. He failed to discharge it.
House Bracken took it upon themselves to attack the Blackwoods, who declared for the Pretender.
I call it war. What are we going to do about it? Should we not aim to unite these armies and then strike as one?
This council must rediscover the discipline it lately had is to be of any use.
Harrenhal is the key to the Riverland.
You need time to raise the numbers to challenge the Rivermen. Bold scheme indeed.
Well, the gods favour the bold.
They did not favour Sir Eric.
You'll take Aemond and Vhagar.
Vhagar will remain here.
I'll come too with Sunfire.
Egon.
Your Grace.
You'll lead a dragon.
It's a brave thought. We cannot risk your loss.
Allison's like, look at the monsters I've created.
Is any of them?
I don't think you are. I think if you have to say that, you're not. It's fine, dude. You're still a kid. There's the goat. Yes.
I was told you turned back from your ship to bring warning.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
What price would you set?
A place at your court.
Oh, take it. Take it.
You showed me grace when you could have withheld it. I know the workings of the Red Keep. That is worth more than gold.
She's an asset. Yes, take her up on this.
My work.
I would punish the High Towers for what they have done.
Amen, sister.
And only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful.
Rhaena, I've decided to send Joffrey to Ward with my cousin, Lady Jane Arryn. I want you to go with them. I need you to be the mother to them that I cannot. But I ask you, make this sacrifice willingly. Your Grace.
Not the rain again. No, I'm having flashbacks. I am having flashbacks. Ooh, this POV. More of this, please. This is freaking fun. This is so freaking hype. Oh. Thought we were about to be jump scared. Oh! Way to make an entry.
Claiming Harrenhal.
Well, that was easy.
I, Sir Simon Strong, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name.
And what of your lord, Larys Strong?
Larys Clubfoot is no lord of mine.
T.
Do you not think it strange that his father perished by fire here in this damp place? It was the first fire here since Balerion ended the line of Harren the Black. No loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Your Grace.
I'd only assumed that as
And
consul.
we are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
He doesn't want to be called a prince anymore.
Your
He's fuming.
There are 40,000 swords in the Riverlands, the largest undeclared host in the realm.
You should know that a substantial number of those swords have now declared and are presently at war. Sin begets sin begets sin.
Subtext.
Perhaps the presence of the crown and a dragon will sharpen minds round these parts. We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
Lord Commander. Your
Haircut.
horses are stood and ready to march.
Already getting jealous. She's only talking to one other guy.
May I present my brother, Sir Bane Hightower?
Oh, it's her brother.
How exhilarating to arrive at court. I find my Lord Father, who served 3 kings faithfully, unseated as hand of king.
Give it to him.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I.
I like this guy. Watch him turn out to be like the worst. Oh, now we got this guy. We got Big Bro to keep an eye on him. Let's go. This is about to get bloody. It already was bloody. Episode opened up with like 10,000 dead people. Ow! Speaking of, they're still there. Okay, props department, I see you. Nicely done. I am gagged.
How fares Prince Daemon with our army?
There has been no word from Prince Daemon, Your Grace.
Dragons. Send them all out.
If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction.
You have never been so exposed. Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe.
He proposed to conduct the war in my
It
absence.
would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason.
Tell them. Whip them into their
You're
place.
fortunate you took it no further. This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, The wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other, even Aegon the Conqueror's.
Get that! Forget! Rhaenys, power player! Forgets.
I cannot spare a fighting dragon, but I say what I can. Tyraxes and Stormcloud are young and vulnerable. These eggs are even more fragile. You will bear our hope for the future.
Chills. Oh shoot, she's never gonna see these kids again, is she? Gosh darn, I don't think she's ever gonna see these kids again. Whenever anyone says goodbye in this show, I'm like, they're never gonna see each other again. Alright. Kids are safe. Now frickin' lock in, queen.
Suits you, your grace. Valyrian steel. What exquisite armor.
I was given the Conqueror's name and his crown, so I shall wear his armor to war.
You cosplayer.
There are diverse rumors whispered from the streets of your city that his grace was outwitted, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence, with Prince Aemond at her side.
You planting seeds, you little gossip.
Who spreads these lies?
Him! The guy in front of you!
On a life of their own.
My father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. I find myself wanting for one.
You honor me, your grace.
Oh my god, stop with the frickin' pretenses, you little actor. He's so conniving, so...
Shall we escort you to the dragon pit?
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
I think he's realizing he can't really trust anyone around him. Everyone's intentions. Oh shit. She gonna read it. I kinda wanna know what it says. What did it say?
Our company has come back yonder.
On the cold, hard ground. I assure you, my nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort. We will rendezvous with your army at first light.
Cole?
Get to the trees!
Oh, frick. Oh, get them. Get them, girlfriend. Get them. Oh, please. Oh, I have freaking chills. Please get them. Oh! Get them! Oh my, please. Light them up. Oh, you had a clean shot. He's crying. He had tears. Oh, that was so close. At least she struck the fear of God into them.
Sir Criston Cole, with some half-dozen other knights, I'm sure of it.
Could you be certain it was Cole from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace.
The time for action is surely now.
Your Grace, I must agree.
I'll be making for Harrenhal.
'Tis Prince Daemon who ought to worry.
This is why you must act now, your grace.
She read the frickin' note. Darn it, it's making her weak. Frick.
I have heard your arguments, and will consider them.
Darn it.
Always coming and going, aren't you? And I have to clean up afterwards.
Wait, what? Ah, what the fudge? Props. Props department, I see you, okay? I told you. What? Huh? Huh? Ooh, she's playing with his mind. Mr. Rivers is playing with him.
You will die in this place.
Bold words to then just peace out.
What do you know of the movements of Alicent Hightower? I would speak with her.
Killing her would be easier.
If war can be averted, it is my duty to avert it. I must see her. Face to face.
There is one place Alicent goes, outside the castle walls.
Ugh, frick. I'm nervous. Ah, darn it. No, I don't think this is gonna work out. This isn't gonna work. Frick. Oh god. y'all could hear my heart right now. Oh god. Oh, frick. Oh, Jesus. Say something. Why'd you draw a knife?
I must speak with you.
You're sending the wrong message.
Rhaenys has counselled me. You saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come.
So you've come to surrender then?
No.
But if you and I may come to terms...
There are no terms now.
I'm usurping my rightful inheritance.
And so your father's proclaimed to the realm.
I saw the king that night. He had affirmed my right to the throne. And yet you will maintain that his mind was changed in an instant.
Well, he changed his mind. Do you think me capable of such naked deceit?
What did he say at the end?
Don't listen to this.
Did he speak my name?
It was hard at times to understand.
Yeah, that's why you misunderstood. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What? He spoke to you of the Song of Ice and Fire?
She got her truth.
Story.
Oh god. Everything is a shambles.
There's been a mistake.
There's been no mistake.
Please.
It's too late. It's too darn late.
Do not let your pride blind you.
There's been no mistake. It's too late, Rhaenyra.
Both.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel so freaking lightheaded after that, y'all. I forgot I was freaking holding my dark breath. Holy. I gotta recalibrate here. I gotta freaking snap back in. Oh my god, I was freaking holding my breath, y'all. Holy sweet Lord Jesus. Oh, talk about two characters that I never thought would come face to face again. I never freaking... This show makes me physically... I thought that would be... I thought that would be satisfying. I thought that was going to be like closure. Like, yes, this whole scenario, this whole freaking bloodshed that is about to ensue is founded on freaking on misunderstanding. So I thought that I was going to be cured, that it would heal me to hear both Rhaenyra and Alicent. Yes, Ezra and Rhaenys painted them, two of the most level-headed people in this. They have some mercy. They still have something tethering them together that they want to try to employ some mercy here to prevent all of this from happening. So I thought that this was going to be some sort of closure here, that this was going to be comforting. And both of them learning the truth. Rhaenyra freaking knows now, and Alicent knows. Yet this was the least bit conclusive at all. Dare I say this? I almost wish this hadn't happened, because the only benefit of the doubt that you could give Alicent leading up to this, the only last little sliver of understanding, empathy that you could show for her to justify why she is taking this road, taking this path, has taken this seat, and she is standing by it, is the fact that she thought she heard what she heard. Like, you couldn't deny that she believed her husband's dying breath was to anoint Aegon, her awful son, to the throne. You could not fault her for that, even though we knew, that it was a freaking lie, that she was misunderstanding with his dying breath. She didn't. And that's all I've been clinging to. Like, that's the one little piece of just little string left that you can at least give her the benefit of the doubt that she does believe she is doing right by her late husband, that was his dying wish. And of course that works out perfectly for her and her children and her bloodline and her whole Hightower freaking family. How convenient. But you couldn't blame her for actually thinking that. So now I almost freaking wish this hadn't happened, because that's what makes Alicent such a dynamic character. You don't know whether to root against her or root for her. You are always just towing this line, but you couldn't blame her at the end of the day because she really thought she was acting in the right here. This has obliterated that. Now I have no choice. Now she's truly taken her stand. She has deluded herself now. She's gonna be sitting here with this guilt. Maybe she does really firmly believe Rhaenyra's words here. Because I do think, at the end of the day, they believe each other. They believe where each other's hearts and intentions truly lie. And, Alicent's right. Do you really think that I'm one to be deceitful like that? I think they both do believe that they are truthful still to their core, to their hearts, to what was the foundation of their love and relationship as children. But I think Alicent feels the same way about Rhaenyra. What reason would she have to lie about this, the Song of Ice and Fire? So it's like, in spite of hearing the truth, in spite of actually finally having a moment face to face with Rhaenyra to freaking come clean about everything, come to an understanding, she is choosing now to turn a blind eye. Or will she? I mean, obviously to Rhaenyra's face in this moment, this is obviously, I'm sure, a huge shock to Alicent. I don't know. Here's the thing though. It's like Alicent has a point. What am I supposed to do about this? Rhaenyra's reaching out to her, but I don't think Alicent's stronghold here. She can't. The whole moral of this episode is Rhaenys has painted it. The young men have taken this in their ego and they are going to march on and soldier on in the name of war and bloodshed. That's what they want to do. That's the only satisfaction that they're going to get from this, and they're already settled on it. The two people trying to prevent that, trying to cling to the last little sliver of peace in the realm, Alicent and Rhaenyra, don't have the control here. And it's already been done. Everyone's already been dispatched. Everybody else is locked in. I can't fault Rhaenyra for wanting to have closure here with Alicent, for wanting to come clean and clear the air between them, and also her own name, so that her friend, her lifelong friend, wouldn't do something so awful as to order the death of little Jaehaerys. But beyond that, similarly to Daemon here, I'm questioning, what did she think was going to come of this? What power does she think Alicent truly necessarily has? Especially since Rhaenys was able to put context clues together and be like, this wouldn't freaking be happening. None of this chaos, none of this dirty work, none of these like loose ends stupid moves that are coming from the Greens right now, such as Eric being sent to assassinate Rhaenyra, that would not be happening if Otto Hightower was in the room. Rhaenys sniffed it right out. She knows they're cleaning house over there, and the Hightowers don't even necessarily have the power anymore. It's Aegon, it's Kristen Cole, but even if Otto freaking Hightower was still there, does anyone in their right mind really think the others are gonna bend the knee? Gonna surrender? Those were Alicent's first freaking words. Like, oh, are you here to freaking cough it up? All of this is to say, I don't think Alicent and Rhaenyra believe the other to be liars, or believe the others to necessarily be guilty of the tragedy that has befallen both of their families and their children. This has made it clear Alicent, whether she is believing Rhaenyra or not, has chosen to deny the truth to her face and is going to live in her delusion. And I don't think she's going to act on it, because who the frick's going to listen? And also, she's right. It's too darn frickin' late. There's no opportunity for this to end peacefully anymore. There's been too much bloodshed, and now the entire realm is already involved. This ain't just a family matter now. The entire realm is at divide, as we've seen. This has spread. Even if there were to be a peaceful resolution within the frickin' family here, the damage has been done. So truthfully, beyond Rhaenyra getting that peace of mind, I don't understand. What could she have gotten out of this? What power does Alicent have anymore? It's not necessarily the Hightowers running ship at this point. What we know about Alicent is that she is a person who feels grief and severe guilt. Whether she chooses to act on it and try to remedy that is a whole other story. She has a lot of internalized guilt, tried to talk to her own dad, confess her sins. He didn't want to hear any of it. He said, keep that shit to yourself. So the one person, that she could try to confide in, she has a lot of bottled up internalized guilt here after everything that happened with Jaehaerys and watching her daughter suffer like this and everything that has probably ensued. Left and right, everyone is reminding them that we usurped the throne. This whole scenario here, Alicent has been juggling a lot of self-imposed guilt and responsibility for what has transpired, but she has still been steadfast, hasn't faltered in terms of she does think that they are in the right here, but we know her to be someone who is capable of feeling that guilt and needs to be absolved of that, as Helena gave it to her there. I forgive you. She's clearly, I think she's a little more capable now of self-awareness and accountability and responsibility there, and it does drive her to these points of despair. So this scenario in particular, if she does take Rhaenyra's words face value here and does go do a little bit of digging to realize that Rhaenyra is telling the truth, and it all comes back to her and she realizes and has the epiphany and acceptance, this all really was founded on her misunderstanding. Her taking words, misinterpreting them, and running with it, and now look at where everyone is. Blood's already been spilt, to now be acting knowing that she was in the wrong. Again, if she accepts this, for her to go forth knowing that everything that is about to ensue, this war that is about to freaking, boil over, all of that does come back down to her, that's gonna freaking crush her. Because I was like, oh, their true colors, Rhaenyra and Alicent, they come out when they're together. Their true intentions, their true heart, they bring it out of each other because they still have that one little piece of passion left for one another, compassion for what they had, their friendship, their history. But when Alicent really was refusing to budge, I guess it would wouldn't have done any good for her to admit, shoot, you're right, I was wrong, but it's too late now. Nobody wants to freaking hear that, Rhaenyra especially. So with her conscience, she's got a guilty conscience. She freaking needs absolution. She needs to be absolved. This is gonna eat her alive. But perhaps this was the best damage Rhaenyra could have done. I mean, their friendship is certainly, I think that's the last time they'll ever see each other. How many times did I say that in this freaking episode? But it's true. But it is too late. Freaking Rhaenys is a power player here, and she has still been a little bit like, you know, just popping in here and there to speak some wisdom, speak some facts, but I need her to rise. I need her to rise up. She's like the only kind of, voice of reason really steering Rhaenyra in the right direction here, but unfortunately this effort did not prevail, so it's like Rhaenyra is still resisting, but it's too late for that. Alicent has chosen, I think it was just a Hail Mary, a last-ditch effort. Jace is trying to snap in, everyone else is trying to snap in around her and just like shake her awake. I don't know, am I talking like Daemon now? There I was freaking like giving him a hard time 2 episodes ago, saying let her grieve, give her a freaking second to breathe. She just lost a son, which that's what's so just wild about this. Everybody is operating in this show on just like maximum levels of adrenaline and emotional rush and grief and anguish. That's what's freaking driving all of this. So that's why it's like there's no opportunity for peace here. Nobody's even allowing themselves time to heal or mourn or grieve the absolute tragedies that are befalling them and their children and families and 5-year-old heirs to the throne. Like, there's no chance to remedy any of this. So I just question the only damage I think she did was by planting this seed in Alicent now, this doubt upon Alicent's, you know, actions and everything that she's been acting of, the truth that she thought she was abiding by on, you know, Viserys' dying breath. But that's when you know that the gloves are off. You know, I came into this season like I am supporting Rhaenyra's rights and her wrongs because everybody's committing wrongs in this season, whether we like it or not. It's too late. The gloves are off. But for Rhaenyra, not just yet. She still has one little pinky left in that glove. She's really got love. She's desperate. She's trying with every fiber of her being here. But I think once her gloves are off, it's over. And for Alicent here too, I think this is final freaking straw. This is tough. Because everybody's really spreading out now. You know, we got Daemon at Harrenhal, Criston Cole's out doing his own thing, Aegon acting on his own, which I really do think, you know, Larys Strong just planting all these seeds in his brain, you know, all these little spiders in his brain going around. He's got self-doubt. I think he's realizing he can't trust anyone. He's got this insecurity. Nobody around him either really fully respects him and his title and isn't trying to just seize all of this opportunity to further their own self-interests, their own self-preservation. Hence why he is begging Larys, you know, be my master of whisperers. He wants to hear everything. He's got this insecurity. Same with Criston Cole. He doesn't know what the frick he's doing. Everybody's kind of isolated. Everybody's gonna just be spiraling. Not there to control one another and act on each other, act on their own accord. That's the whole, you know, point of the conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent, and I think, you know, the foreshadowing in the beginning, families are already spilling blood between Aegon and Rhaenyra, the rightful heir to the throne. Yeah, sorry if that was long-winded, sorry if that wasn't necessarily comprehensive or coherent at all. This show makes your, like, stomach turn, makes your blood boil, makes you hold your breath until you get lightheaded, makes you gag. I felt everything in this episode. Alright, well that's probably gonna be it from me today, folks. I feel like I still haven't caught my breath or my sanity back from that last moment there, but still Team Black. I'm gonna ride this wave of her still trying to abide by, you know, what she knows is right, trying to do the right thing. Are her gloves about to come off? I freaking hope so. I'm rooting for it. My banners are still raised. I'll be back in black next week. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Hope you guys are doing well as always. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.